the process. Every morning, every day, throughout the day, re-engaging with the process. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to whatever day it is that you're watching this. Welcome. Trey Show 9 process. I want to show you how the everyday process is everything. It's a tool for everything. It's a tool for relationships. It's a tool for your body, getting your mind right, getting your mind in the position that you want it to be, where it needs to be. The process will help you at your work, your job, help you through pain, through sorrow, through heartache, through anxiety, through depression. I can say this. It helps me. I don't know if it's going to help you. I don't know if you would actually do it. I do it. It works for me. And that's it. Trey Show 9 has been nothing more than me being on my process. Me sharing the tools that I use and how they work in my life. Saturdays are great days to sit in my carport. We have a nice new table, the little picnic foldable table up thing that I can sit at, have coffee, sit with my wife, talk, re-engage with her, re-engage with life. We have the mountains, beautiful mountains that we see as a view, and we're able to engage. And so this podcast, this Trey Show 9 podcast, this particular show is that. It's about the process. I believe every man should be calm. I call it triple C's: cool, calm, and collected. In every situation, even in this situation, I am cool, calm, and collected. Right now, there's this pain in my shoulder due to me being rough. And it's irritating. But how do I move through that? Because I still want to exercise. So what do? I don't say, oh, I can't work out today because my shoulder hurts. Because it does. But what exercise can I do? Can I do squats? Yeah, I can do squats. I can stretch out. I can do mobilization. Push-ups is what I found. Any upper body, I can do push-ups. And still it still feels good, and it doesn't hurt my arm. And that's what I've been doing. Push-ups are part of my process. Meditation is part of my process. Every single day, the wake-up time is part of my process. Process is the process of and how it works in my relationship. Let's start there. But before we go any further, Let's go live on Instagram. So the process, how it works in my relationship is, and I say this, it's I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but I think that it's extremely important to understand this. How my process works in my relationship is I take care of my body, I take care of myself, get my mind right, align myself with the creator, get my soul right, get my mind right, get my body right. And when I do these things as reminders. I do these things for health. I do these things for a purpose. It is part of the process. It is the process that I use in order to have a very successful relationship. Today was clarification. So today was a day in which we do a check-in in our relationship. We check in, see how things are going, and create space for each other to speak, to ask questions, to say where we're at, say where we're going, cast a vision, make sure that that vision is aligned, make sure that she understands the vision, making sure if she's still okay with that vision, and so forth and so on. But it's the process in which I do that can get me to that point of receiving and giving. To receive and give. To receive and give. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to receive and create a space in which my wife can give me what she needs to give me, whatever that is. I can receive anything from her. And I do the triple C's. So I'm cool, calm, and collected. It's her giving me something with the understanding that I too am involved in this relationship. These things are extremely important. A lot of us haven't gone to some school or some education or anything for relationships. We just kind of, it's all about us and we just go, right? We go off the basics. Men need food and sex. So that's what we'll do. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot more than that. At least if you're talking to this man, there's a lot more than that. Sex will fade. Beauty will fade. Then what? Today is the day that the process becomes life. I no longer will be embarrassed about the process, right? You see, here's the deal. Life is going on. Social media is people are giving us things on social media that they want us to see. The mass media is giving us things we want to see. There's ideas and thoughts, ways of life that they want us to see and want us to act like. And I can give two shits about that. Actually, I give zero. I give zero. And it feels good. It feels refreshing, right? I used to struggle with that depression thing, right? And it tries to creep in and out when it wants to. But I've created something that to help me out of that situation, out of that stinking thinking. So I'm not one that goes along with the masses. When everybody goes this way, or when everybody goes left, I make sure I go right. Okay. If left is in the purpose, is in the plan, then yes, I'll go left. But I don't go left just because everybody else goes left. It's funny, that saying, if your friend jumps off the bridge, would you jump off the bridge? I remember hearing that growing up a lot, actually. The teachers would always say it. And it's still it's true. It's very true. It's very true. And you can see it. You can literally see it. You just open up your social media, you see everybody following everything else except for what they want. They just follow, I want to be a rebel. I want to be a gothic rebel. I want to have an OnlyFans. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to be a YouTuber and I want to do this and all these different things. When I was growing up, I didn't have YouTube. At some of the ages where people are creating YouTubes, I didn't have a YouTube. But I always wanted to do radio. Radio was a thing that I always wanted to do because we did have radio. We did have that for sure. And I've always loved the influence that radio DJs and personalities they had on people. Right? It was cool. You know? And I like to, it's in my nature. It's really like, I believe that it's made for me. I don't just want to do it just because somebody else does it to make some money. I haven't made any cents. I haven't made any dollars. I haven't made any money or currency through this. I do it because it's part of my process. I do it because I just love it. What would you do if you really love something, but you didn't get paid to do it? And this is what I'm doing, right? But it's part of the process that gets me there. Because I'm not just speaking and talking for nothing. I'm doing it because I was the kid in class at a very young age. I was a kid in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade when the teacher asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Can you guess? I wanted to be a motivational speaker. I stopped saying it after I started being laughed at. So I stopped saying that. I would just lie and say, I want to be a firefighter because that's what everybody else was doing. So I just started saying that. Yes, indeed. I just read a text message from my wife. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I think that it's all good. She's probably watching. She's supposed to watch, actually. It's one of her things that she does as a wife. You know, some people are like, oh, I want you to cook for me. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. Well, I want her to be my OnlyFans. So before I was distracted, yes. So in school, I don't know. I think I decided long ago that I just couldn't follow what everybody was doing. I just fucking couldn't do it. It just doesn't make any sense. Because I saw the turmoil that people had. I saw the complaints. I heard the complaints. I want what they have. How come my girl can't look like this? How come I can't have enough money? How come I can't have this house? How come I can't have that? I know people that have gone to jail because they're trying to get and have what people have, and the riches and this and then that's and the popularity and all this stuff. Fuck all that shit. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I'm what is known as a modern day monk. That is the path that I'm on. That is the lessons. That is what is going on here. And I ran from that. I ran from that because it wasn't the cool thing to do. I ran from that because it wasn't the popular thing to do. It wasn't what everybody else was doing. Well, you don't have to do what everybody else does. Blaze your own trail. I haven't found anybody that blazes their own trail. All I see is everybody put on your mask, and we put on our masks. You know what I'm saying? Go to college. I see. You know what I mean? It's like they say it and we just do it. It's like, really? I'm attracted to people that have a mind of their own, that actually care about humanity. One thing about Trey Show 9, and this process that we're speaking about today, and the relationship experience, and how the process and those two things come together, is they come together and they complement each other. Because if you're on your process, there's going to be some sort of success if you don't give up. If you don't stop the race, you will cross the finish line. The only person that you are you're racing with is yourself. So there's nobody to beat. You just have to cross the finish line. You just have to cross the line. And then you win. But there's got to be a process. You got to have the right shoes. You got to have the right training. You got to have the right mentor. You got to have the right education. You got to train your body. And you have to take the necessary steps, Mark, in order to cross that finish line, Mark. And so, hold on a second. I forgot to do something. I forgot to burn my incense. This is part of the process. This is part of my podcast process. Incense is part of that. Because it's very hot in Maui. And this room that I'm in right now, or my bedroom, is the hottest room in the house. Very, very sweaty. Extremely hot. Extremely, extremely hot. But Trace 09, like I was saying before, Trace 09 is the relationship experience. And we're moving into a series, into a, what do you call that? We're moving into a time of a monk. And I don't mean like I'm going to start dressing up like a monk, but it's the philosophy and the mindset. It's the process in which you do things. Okay. For a very long time, I've ran from that mechanical process, doing things and repeating things over and over and over, but it seems to work. It seems to cut down on my time in my shower, let's say, for example. It seems to cut down certain times of I can fit more things in if I wake up earlier. I feel a lot better doing that process. And I guess I'm motivated to talk about the process because a lot of people that I'm speaking to are saying, you know, they're going through this, they're going through that, whatever. I'm not going to say what they're going through because it is what it is. It's not your business. It's not even my business. But what I found is in that process will help you out of that hole that you're in, if you will. And that is what Trace 09 is. I built Trace 09 and I continue to build Trace 09 because I wanted to become a better communicator as well. So that's part of the process is learning how to communicate. I am intentional with my communication. I am very intentional with my communication. I will go broke buying books on communication because I want to be the best. And I'm driven in that. I will not stop. I will not relent. And that's the meditation of today. That's the focus of today. I will not stop. I will not relent. And I will cross the finish line. I will cross the finish line. I will not relent. I will continue the process. I will continue my wake-up time. When I wake up, I will continue to exercise every day without fail. Without fail, I will take a cold shower. That's part of the process. A cold shower is part of the process because it stays with you all day long. One, it wakes you up, get your blood flowing properly throughout the body, for me at least. It it's a benchmark, or it's an altar, if you will, throughout my day. So as I'm going through life and challenges come up, I go back to the cold shower because I it's cold running water. Like, I try to get as cold as possible. I'm out of the water and I step into the water, into the cold. And right before I make a step, right before I take one step, my mind, the thought goes, don't do it. It's uncomfortable. And you're going to feel bad. You're going to feel uncomfortable. Don't do it. And when I say cold, I mean cold, not an ounce of warmth in that water. I'm talking cold as in it's almost hard to breathe cold. And that's another part of it. It gets you breathing. It gets you regulated in that breath. It gets you regulated in that breath. And that's part of the process. Because when challenges step up, or I need to walk into a situation, or someone walks into my situation and gets crazy, or rubs me the wrong way, or irritates me, boom. I know to breathe. And I'm constantly doing that. So when I do go into battle, I'm ready. Like, what if somebody that was going to war, right, back in the day, you will always love to watch Game of Thrones and whatnot. Imagine if they never sharpened their blade and if it was dull. Because a lot of times, if you didn't have the right proper tools back then, I would imagine that your sword, your knife was dull. It could have been dull, right? If you didn't have the proper tools, you didn't know how to do it. Couldn't pay a I don't know what, something Smith, whatever they're called. You know what I'm talking about. The person that makes metal, heats it up and everything like that. Maybe you couldn't pay them enough. But imagine, like, if you don't sharpen your sword, you don't sharpen yourself, and you're not ready. When someone comes with that attitude, you can just cut it down. That's where the cold shower comes in. And I've said too much. I've given you too many. That was a bonus. That was a bonus. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But that's part of the process. A meditation is part of the process. I have a movement. I'm actually building a movement process where I do a certain movements, almost like Tai Chi, almost like that. And that's going to be part of the process. Removing the couch, sitting on the couch. I sit on the couch sometimes, but sitting up straight, crisscross applesauce. That's part of the process. Doing these small little things, as I'm telling you right now, you're like, man, why are you still talking about this? Because no one's really doing it. No one's doing it. Every time I talk about cold showers, people are like, what's that? I've heard of that. Oh, I can never do that. Yeah. I think that alone will help. It actually helps my relationships physically too. And mentally, it helps the relationship. You dig? So anyway, I'm going to jump off IG. I'm going to go live here. I'm still going to stay live here. This will be a recording. And actually, you know what? Nah, I'm going to stay on IG here a little bit longer. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to cut this off. So anyway, Tracial9, check it out. Check out the process. Do the process. It's real simple. Phase 1, it's your wake up time. It's your exercise. It's your reading that you should be doing, your cold shower, and your commune with nature, right? And that could be whatever you want that to be. All this, you can do this however you want to do it, but it needs to be done consistently 7 days a week. There are no breaks. There are no days off. You never vacation from the process. The process becomes your life. It becomes who you are. It becomes part of your DNA, actually. It becomes part of your DNA. The process becomes part of your DNA. The process never ends. You never say, oh, I need to get back into the gym. I will never say that again. I got to get back into this. I got to get back into that. No, you continue with the process. It becomes your life. It becomes something that you're not ashamed of. I no longer am ashamed of who I am and the way I speak and the way I am and this and that, because I've been called many things, some to my face, some behind my back. None of it matters. None of it matters. I'm on a trajectory path. Oh, I just hit my cord. My bad. Excuse me. I'm off my process because my beard is all crazy right now. But that's part of it too, is trimming the beard. It's like those little bonsai trees that you groom. So this is my bonsai tree. This is my bonsai tree right here I grow. And I need to trim that, get that right. Same with the little mop on my head. I only got a few more hairs left after I start going bald, and that's totally fine. I embrace everything that nature has to give me. I embrace it. I think every man should say yes to everything, and every woman should say no to everything. That is just my philosophy. Right? I'm not giving that on you. I'm not saying that you should say it. I'm not even saying it's right. But what I'm saying is that's my philosophy, and I stick by my philosophy. I stay by my philosophy, and I move in it because it works. You dig? You understand? I don't care about Hollywood. I don't care about what's popular. What I care about is the underdog. I'm on the team for the underdog. I'm on the team where someone is getting made fun of, right? Is getting picked on. I'm that kid in school when someone's getting picked on, right? The popular kids, the jocks, when they're picking on somebody, I'm the guy that is going to talk to the guy or the kid that's getting picked on. I'm going to be his friend. You understand? I'm going to be his friend. I'm not going to be the friend of the guys that I don't care about them. They'll get theirs. I'm looking at character. See, we've lost the art of character and having good character. Here's the difference between myself and a lot of different people that I speak with and that I see on television or whatever, social media on your phone, whatever. Is what's up with their character? How do they conduct themselves? You see, I love humanity. I'm not that guy who is like, I hate humans. Humans suck. What? The heck? Why? I don't need to say that. And what happens is you hear people say that and they're like, yeah. They get tacit approval. Let's talk about tacit approval. They give this tacit approval all the time. Yeah. With stuff they don't even agree with. Yeah. Come on now. You don't even agree with that. Why are you saying yes? I'm like, no, I don't agree with that. Nah, I don't do that. I don't agree with that. That's not how I view life. I don't care. And I think that Tracial 9 is we're going to be anchoring and bunkering down on what is that word? Masculinity, proper masculinity. Because I believe that there's men out there that have that masculinity, but they're afraid to really use it because they're afraid to offend people. So you're not responsible for anybody else. And you're not responsible for anybody else when you don't say, well, I don't want to get in trouble. Ah, man, I can't do that. My wife, I don't want to get in trouble with my wife. Interesting. Oh, I don't want to get in trouble with this person and that person. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to offend nobody. I don't understand that. Stay on your process. Your process has everything to do with even that. Your process has everything to do with that. Everything. People want to be entertained. Are you not entertained? All they want to do is be entertained. Entertain me. How do I stay? I don't want to be not bored. Well, here's the deal. I'm not bothered by any of that. It's time to be the monk. It's time to be the monk. It's time to stop giving tacit approval on things you don't even agree with. It's time to showcase proper masculinity in the world of feminism, where feminism is now neutral, gender neutral. I don't even understand any of that stuff, honestly. I haven't studied it or anything like that, but all I know is where I stand on that. I love being a man. I love being human. I think it's amazing. I think humans are amazing. I can just look at everything that we've done, everything that we have, everything that we've created. You dig? Everything that we've created is pretty dope. From the bicycle to the car to the iPhone to this camera to this mic to weaving clothes. I love being a man. I love protecting. I love being a protector. Oh God, I love being a dad and a husband. Oh my God. Woo. Woo, boy. It's my favorite thing to do. Honestly. It's like a gym. It's like if I had a nice ring, like a Super Bowl ring. Have you ever seen a Super Bowl ring? You're like, whoa, look at that. That's how I see. Like if I were to stand outside of myself and look at myself and my family, I'd be like, whoa, look at that. That's so dope. It's so dope. Now that's being a king. That's being a king. You dig? Anyway, Trey Show 9, I'm out of here. Peace, love, bye. Closing notes real quick. Trey Show 9. Yes, if you are a regular follower, check us out on at Trey Show 9 on the social media platform, Instagram. Check that out. And yeah. Yes, sir. That's it.